Yo, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. This is 2 games in 1. Last night's game against the Dodgers, of course, because they play at 9 p.m. Central Time. I can't stay up and watch that. I got to work in the morning. And then today was a day game. I was at work, so we're going to be covering 2 in 1. Doesn't usually happen, but we're going to be focusing on last night's game a little bit more. The Twins lost the first game, or the second game, the first game I'm going to mention here, 7-3 today, so they end up losing the series. And that's tough, but last night, the Twins beat Clayton Kershaw. The Twins went into Dodger Stadium for the first time in literally 18 years and beat the Dodgers. That's a win, okay? I'm going to put this out here right now, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, the Twins have done 2 things this year that they probably have not done in literally 18 plus years. They beat the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, and they won a series against the Yankees, okay? That is something the 2019 team did not do, all right? Now, granted, the 2019 team played the Yankees, I think it was pretty early on in the season as well. They were hot that year too. Like, they're always going to be a decent team, but this year they got them when they were struggling a little bit. They're obviously still close to the bottom of the AL East. That's good. They did that. They went into Yankee Stadium. They took 2 games and they won the series at home. They did the same thing in, that space. They went into Dodger Stadium. They beat the Dodgers. This is a good Dodgers team, right? Maybe it's not the same Dodgers team that it's been the last 8 years, but they're still in first place. They're still 11 games above 500, and the Twins ended up getting a win out of it. That's a win in my book. Again, something the 2019 team didn't do. I don't even know if they played them in 2019, if that was the year they played the NL West, but it doesn't matter because they did something cool. They beat Kershaw at home. They kind of rocked him, actually. Like, let's go right into this game. If you go and look at Kershaw's line, yes, he had 7 strikeouts, but he only went 4 innings, okay? 4 innings and still threw 90 pitches, so they made him work. He gave up 7 hits and 2 earned runs. That's pretty good. Like, that is an off night for Kershaw, or more credit to the Twins and getting to him early. So Kershaw now 6-3 on the year. The ERA still at 2.5, but regardless, that is pretty cool. And it says Kershaw had a disengagement violation. I don't know what that entails or what that looked like because, like I said, I didn't get to watch the game. But they rattled him, right? They rattled him. That's awesome. So, really, really good job by the Twins bats. So let's cover that. Solano in the leadoff spot tonight, 2 for 3, looking good there. Larnach came in as a pinch hitter, went 0 for 2. Correa still struggling, 1 for 5. Probably, did he have a double? No, he did not. Buxton and Solano both had doubles. I was going to say Correa was on I don't think he had a double in the game before, but he was on like a 5-game double streak. That was kind of cool. Something that he still went 1 for 4, 1 for 5 in, but at least did cool that in that stat. Buxton 2 for 4. Farmer, though, he's the guy who had the night. 2 for 4, had 3 RBI, had a home run as well. It was in the 9th inning. It was just the icing on the cake at that point. The Twins were up 3-1. Awesome job for him. Like I said so many times, I'm glad he's back. I get that, a face injury is not, anything physical in terms of he can still hit, he can still run, he can still throw, but that's a jarring injury. That'll shake you up for a long time. So I'm glad that he's back and did really well last night. Kirilloff 0 for 3. Honestly, that's one of the only few times I think Kirilloff has gone hitless in his return back. Jeffers 0 for 4, Taylor 0 for 3, Gallo 2 for 4, and Castro 2 for 4 as well. So a lot of guys getting multiple hits. They had 11 hits total in that game. Really, really cool. But the highlight of that game was probably the pitching. Bailey Ober, though, is the man. Okay, he and I think Joe Ryan have done 2 things really, really well this year. They strike out quite a bunch of people, and they don't allow any runs. So, those 2 things I'm combining, but they get out of trouble, all right? Ober, 6 innings, but he gave up 6 hits. Only allowed 1 run. Struck out 6, walked 1, and his ERA is under 2. That's really good. Okay, Bailey Ober is the real deal. I said this back in spring training. I hope he gets some opportunities. I said there wasn't going to be room for him, which maybe is true, but right now when he's getting his opportunities, he is shining in them, and I believe he just outmatched Kershaw, okay? He went toe-to-toe with one of the best pitchers of the last decade and beat them, okay? That's good stuff. Brock Stewart threw 2 outs, did not allow a run. Neither did any of these other guys in the bullpen, so that's fine. Moran, 1 1/3 innings, allowed a walk, but that's it. Didn't allow any hits, and Jax allowed 1 hit, but got out of it as well. So really good job by the bullpen. Really, really good job by Bailey Ober, though the pitching staff for the Twins has really been the strong spot in this season. And that's awesome that they went toe-to-toe to beat Kershaw. So that's all I got to say about that one. Let's go on to the next game. Like I said, didn't get to watch this one, but they got beat in the 7th inning, and it happened on a go-ahead grand slam. Outman is the real deal, all right? I went to a Brewers game a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, with my office, and Outman, we were just kind of joking. We're like, oh, Outman's a terrible name for baseball because, you get out, blah, 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 right? The dude hit a double in, his first at-bat. The dude is batting, isn't he batting, 300 still? I think Outman, 264, went 2 for 4 with his home run. I think it's his 9th home run of the year. Dude can ball, okay? So, credit to him. I mean, that's just, Twins make a mistake, right? The Twins make a mistake. It's Pagan and De Leon. De Leon's not a major leaguer. I don't know why he was called up, but, it's just not good. Those two guys kind of ruined it. And Sands comes in to pitch. Sands actually did really well, and he's actually done really well this year. In his very few outings, but Pagan, we've credited him before, but this is probably more of the Pagan that we would maybe expect to see giving up the grand slam. That just sucks. But on the other side of things, some positive notes. Joey Gallo hit his 10th home run of the season. Oops. Let's turn that down. Sorry about that. But Joey Gallo hit his 10th home run of the season. That's great. Byron Buxton hit his 9th home run of the season. That's great. And, of course, you can tell that those are both solo shots. Kyle Farmer's, even in last night's game, was not a solo shot. There was one guy on. So that's what tells you the difference between the Twins team. When they're hot, they're hitting multiple home runs. When they're not as hot. Today was a really good game, too. 8 hits. The Dodgers had 9. They just scored literally on the grand slam, and that's kind of what did them in, right? So 3 runs, 2 of them solo shots. That's really not bad. The Twins went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They had 7 guys left on base. So, yes, you can give Gallo some credit. He's really good at hitting a long ball, but still goes 1 for 4. It's kind of the same thing as Correa, going 1 for 4, 1 for 5, gets his hit, but then just can't do anything else. And the Twins will have to figure that out as the season goes on. But, really, really good by those guys, I would say, to carry the Twins today. Sonny Gray was on the mound as well. Last thing I'll mention in this video. He was not great today. 4 innings is all for him. Kind of a repeat of Kershaw's night. Last night, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. That's what kind of killed him today. Only threw 84 pitches as well. You're facing the Dodgers. They're a good hitting team. They're coming off a loss. You probably could have chalked this one up as a win for the Dodgers. But regardless, the Twins played pretty well. And you're not going to win them all. So it is what it is. But the highlight of this series is definitely going into Dodger Stadium, getting a win off Kershaw, and going back home, I think now. Or no, they're playing San Francisco, I think, this weekend. But, regardless, they could take this as a loss, sure, but it's not a bad loss. Even today's loss isn't really that bad. Yeah, they probably weren't going to win it because the Grand Slam, would have put them ahead by 4. Yes, it was a go-ahead Grand Slam. They scored 5 in the 7th. It might have been 3-2 or whatever. 3-3, you're still having to battle, right? Just would have made it a little bit closer and maybe would have played your cards a little bit different. But regardless, the Twins can take this series as not a complete loss. Like, remember, the last thing I want to say about this is last year, I think it was last year, Kershaw went to Target Field, pitched 7 perfect innings, or was it no-hit inning? I think it was perfect innings against the Twins. So the next time they see him, I don't think they saw him again in LA because they played him twice last year. I don't think they saw him again. If this is the next time that they saw Kershaw, they learned, right? And that's a positive, again, going forward, because let's just say the Twins make it to the playoffs. Let's say they make it to the World Series. The Dodgers are likely going to be the team that they face, right? Or very much a contender. They'd have to see him again. So if already they can get to Kershaw, thinking very optimistically, that would be something to watch for, right? So exciting stuff, though. They just got to figure out the rest of the Dodgers team. They got to keep their bats hot. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Take some positives from it, and we'll catch you back up tomorrow, hopefully with some not-so-late games, even though I think they're in San Francisco. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Peace.